In the new world, cars drive themselves, cameras and sensors monitor everything, and privacy does not belong to the individual. A new smart city is being developed beyond anything that exists today, one which would make George Orwell shocked. 1984 is literally being built with government funding. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Today we're going to look at a new smart city which is being developed in none other than Toronto. The three levels of government will spend $1.25 billion over 7 years to clean up Toronto's waterfront. Initially, when I heard this, I thought it was great. This is good news because the waterfront is polluted, it's industrial, and they're going to change it into a mixed-use community surrounded by parks and green space. Obviously, I'm thinking this is good for jobs, this is very beneficial for the economy overall, and it's just good for tourism as well. Instead, I looked deeper into it and found the truth. I found some very concerning information about what is happening. I spent several hours today researching into this, and I'm going to present this to you as quickly and concisely as possible. Let's get into it. Sidewalk Labs, a subsidiary of Alphabet, is developing 800 acres of waterfront property in the Canadian city that's consistent with its goals of reimagining cities from the internet up. They are calling it Sidewalk Toronto. Every city has its own challenges, whether it's traffic or pollution, and so this is a beta test for that. This right here talks about the details. This will not be a place where we deploy technology for its own sake, but rather one where we use emerging digital tools and the latest in urban design to solve big urban challenges in ways that we hope will inspire cities around the world. So not many details are known, but they could include dedicated lanes for self-driving cars, public Wi-Fi, healthcare delivery solutions, and other advances made possible through new age technology. So the latest of the latest technology will be applied to this city within a city. It's going to be right along the waterfront, and it's going to change the face of Toronto. So what exactly isn't good about this? I mean, it sounds like it would be excellent for everybody, for those in Toronto and for all of those involved. Well, let's get into it a little deeper. It is likely to feature fast Wi-Fi availability, millions of sensors, sustainable energy, and autonomous cars. So as I said, we're talking about the latest technology that is available. The one that really stuck in my head was the millions of sensors. And what's it talking about exactly? What is it sensing? And where is the information of those sensors going? That was the concern that I had. And there's an excellent article written here out of the Globe and Mail. And there's a lot of information I want to cover in it, so please bear with me as I just go through it as quickly as I can. A unit of Google's parent company devoted to urban innovation has signed a deal to map out a new kind of neighborhood on Toronto's waterfront that could demonstrate how data-driven technology can improve the quality of city life. And that's where things get a little messy. So Sidewalk Labs and the government agency Waterfront Toronto announced a partnership in which Sidewalks initially will invest $50 million in a year-long planning process for Quayside, a 12-acre district on the waterfront, and the company has signaled intentions to purchase much more, and I'll show you that in a moment here. If the initiative proceeds, it would include at least 3.3 million square feet of residential, office, and commercial space, a new headquarters for Google, in a district that would be a test bed for the combination of technology and urbanism. All right. So, very quickly now, Sidewalk Toronto would represent North America's largest example of the smart city, an urban district that is built around information technology and uses data about traffic, noise, air quality, and the performance of systems, including trash bins and the electrical grid, to guide its operation. Access to those systems and the use of that data in this private-public partnership will raise novel policy questions for governments about privacy and governance. Is Google going to be able to receive the data for everything that's going on in the city within a city to its own advantage? And the answer is obviously yes. And that crosses the line. That really crosses the line. They're going to build the city from the internet up. All of that data will be put back into Google. They'll be able to do whatever it is that they want with it. There's going to be pictures. There's going to be sensors. There are going to be microphones. There will be data provided for every piece of the puzzle. To me, that's concerning. Sidewalk says its Toronto development would include, okay, this is their own words, a variety of sensors to collect useful data about the urban environment. As examples, the company cites hyper-local weather sensors, air quality sensors, noise sensors, and, lo and behold, cameras associated with everyone's favorite artificial intelligence that can track the flow of traffic, and it says make use of dynamic signage, flexible street furniture, and guidance from smartphone apps to create better pedestrian flow. Now, they also talk about the access to the sensors would be open. Sure. I'm sure they'll give us all the data. Don't worry about it. To me, very concerning. The information that they have already is too much. And I believe this is a beta test for all new cities that are going to be put in place, and maybe they will be able to adapt this technology to, let's say, the wider part of Toronto, and of course, other cities around the world. All of them will be subject to companies like this. They will have to be under constant surveillance. Constant surveillance. Every single thing will be tracked, databased, and then data mined. That, to me, it's going too far. So this is an image of Toronto right now. So they're showing you the area that's going to be redeveloped. I mean, this is Lake Ontario that you're seeing here, and although I've seen actually some people swimming in it, this is completely polluted. The nuclear power plant has leaked into here multiple times. We've had raw sewage leak into here, and it's totally fine, apparently. They don't care. This is the highway called the Gardiner Expressway. This is literally falling apart. You will see pieces falling off of it. If you look at anywhere basically along the highway, you'll see the large pieces falling apart. And so they want to revitalize this whole area. It definitely needs it. You can see it's all industrial, and here is the core of Toronto, not far. It's literally down the street. So it's in need of development. What it's not in need of is all of our information being tracked and databased. I hope I made my point clear in that. This is what it's apparently going to look like. I don't know if it will, but that's what they're saying it's going to look like. One of the images here, it's usually how they make it all look. Everyone's so happy and wonderful, and there's birds flying in the air, and everything's so great. And then, if you're interested, you can check out the plans. Just go to sidewalktoronto.com and that will give you all the plans. They list out everything. In fact, they show you all the data. They show you their proposal that they have. They can show you the images that they have and the different parts of what they may be including as part of this, or any other future city that they get into. It's interesting. I think it's going to be very exciting in terms of the development, the new technology. I think it's really cool. But I know what this means. All the information is going to go to Google. They're going to use it against people. And of course, you'll be subject to anything that goes on there. I mean, they're already listening to me right now. They don't like this information being put out in this light. And yet, they'll do it anyway. There's no say in it. There's no reason why we as the people would be able to decide, no, we want it to be built, but we don't want there to be sensors everywhere and microphones that sends information back to anybody at all. But don't worry, because it's going to be artificial intelligence. We can trust that, I'm sure. And so it's just more of what we've been following for all these years. I express my concern, that's all. If you found the video informative, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to check out more of these type of videos, I'm always doing videos every single day, and you can see those. Just make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'm constantly doing it. You don't want to miss out on any of those videos, so hit the subscribe button. Last but not least, if you found this video informative, I know that you will find my books, The Money GPS and my newer release, Global Economic Collapse, even more informative. You can actually flip through these books. There are links in the description below that will take you over to Amazon, where they have a look inside feature that will allow you to flip through these books, see if you like them. Take care.